Hello students, in this video we are going to study about pair of linear equations in two variables. Complete chapter. Okay, what are we going to learn in this video? First we'll learn what is a linear equation in two variables. After that we will learn various methods to solve linear equation in two variables. Okay, two equations will be given to us. We will solve in various methods. First method is actually graphical method, but we'll use elimination first. We will learn elimination method first, substitution method, cross multiplication method, and finally we will learn graphical method. In 10th standard you have these four methods. Okay, after that, after learning graphical method, we will learn intersecting lines, parallel lines and coincident lines and their conditions. Okay, let's get started. We all know what is an equation, right? Equations, see, algebraic expressions in which we have left hand side and right hand side, like this, right? Or we can say an expression which is on both the sides of a equal to sign. Okay, whatever we have here, left hand side, that should be equal to the right hand side. That is called an equation. Like for example, if we have x plus 7 is equal to 3, this is an equation, right? Okay. So in equations we will have is equal to sign. Now, what are linear equations? See, linear equations are equations whose degree is 1. Degree should be 1. Okay. See here, what is the degree of x? X power 1, right? Okay. So this degree is 1. So this is a linear equation. And let us say we have x plus y is equal to 10. What is the degree? See the power, here it is 1, here it is 1, right? So highest power is the degree, right? So what is the degree of this equation? Degree of this equation is also equal to 1. So equations whose degree is 1 is called as a linear equation. Okay, so we have studied what a linear equation is. Now what do we mean by linear equation in two variables? See this one, take this example. How many variables are there? Two variables. X is one variable, y is one variable. Okay, degree should be 1 and we should have two variables. Such equations are called as linear equations in two variables. Okay, degree should be 1 and we should have two variables. Okay, so such equations are called as linear equations in two variables. We can have different examples also. Okay, let us say we have 7p plus 9q plus 10 equal to 0. Here p and q are variables. We have two variables and it is a linear equation. Okay, alright. Now what do we mean by pair of linear equations? Pair means we'll have two equations. Okay, we have two equations. Like for example, let us say we have x plus y is equal to 10 and x minus y is equal to, let us take 7. Okay, so this is a linear equation in two variables. This is also a linear equation in two variables. This two are called as pair of linear equations in two variables. Okay, in this chapter what we do is we find the values of x and y which satisfies these two equations. Okay, value of x and value of y which satisfies both these equations. Okay, we try to find the value of x and y in this chapter. So this chapter is all about finding the values of x and y, two variables. Two equations will be given to us, we should find the values of x and y. Okay, I hope this is clear. I'll write few examples, okay, and then I'll explain you. Okay, let us take this example. Okay, we have two linear equations. Let us find the value of x and y. Let us solve these two linear equations in two variables using elimination method. Okay, we will use the same examples and we will learn substitution method and cross multiplication method also. Okay, so let us get started. See, elimination, the name itself says elimination, right? Which means we need to eliminate some variable, either x or y variable. Okay, so what should we do here is write this one below the other and check. You see, what if we add this equations, first equation and second equation? If we add this, 2 plus 3 will become 5x, and this is 7y minus 14 equal to 0. We still have x value and y value here, right? We still have x and y, but we need to eliminate either x and y, right? Okay. So if we add, nothing is getting eliminated. Neither x nor y is getting eliminated. So we should not add. Okay. What if we subtract? See, when we subtract, we change the signs. Okay. So plus sign became minus, plus became minus, minus became plus. Even if we subtract, neither x nor y values are getting cancelled. Okay. Check here. 2 minus 3 minus 1x minus 1y minus 4 equal to 0. We still have x and y. Right? We still have x and y. So addition and subtraction here is not working. Right? So what should we do now? See, there is an easy trick. Let us say we want to eliminate the value of x. Let us say we want to eliminate the value of x. What should we do? The coefficient of x from the other equation. What is that? 3. The first equation should be multiplied by this number 3, and the second equation should be multiplied by this number 2. When we want to eliminate the value of x, the first equation should be multiplied by the coefficient of x from the second equation. Okay, which is 3. So we are multiplying the first equation with 3 and second equation with the coefficient of x of the first. So coefficient is how much here? 2. So we are multiplying this equation by 2 and the first equation by 3. I hope this is clear. Okay, I'll explain this again. See, these are the original equations, right? We should multiply this equation, complete equation, with this number 3 and this complete equation with this 2. What will happen if you multiply it like that? See, multiply 2x into 3 is 6x plus 3 into 3 is 9. So it will be 9y minus 9 into 3, 27 equal to 0. Now 2 into 3, 6x plus 2 into 4, 8y minus 2 into 5, 10. Okay. Now x values became same. So it is 6x. If we subtract, 6x minus 6x will become 0, right? So let us subtract this. So when we subtract, we change the signs. So 6x minus 6x is 0. 9 minus 8, 1. It is 1y, or we can write y also, right? Minus 27 plus 10 minus 17 is equal to 0. So y will be equal to how much? Plus 17. Minus goes on the other side, becomes plus. So the value of y is equal to how much? It is equal to 17. Now we can substitute y is equal to 17 either in the first equation or second equation. It is up to us. Okay. Or what we can do here is, see, we have 2x plus 3y minus 9 equal to 0 and 3x plus 4y minus 5 is equal to 0. Let us use the same method and eliminate the values of y. Okay. So this should be multiplied by this number, right? 4, and this equation should be multiplied by this number 3. So what will be the resultant equation now? It is 8x 4 into 2x. 8x 4 into 3. 12y minus 36 is equal to 0. 9x plus 12y minus 15 is equal to 0. 9x, 12y and 15. Okay, change the signs. So y values will get cancelled. 8 minus 9 minus 1x or minus x. This is plus 21 equal to 0. Sorry, minus 21. Minus sign is greater at minus 21. So this will be minus x is equal to 21. This 21 goes on the other side, or x is equal to minus 21. So the value of x and y we got now. Okay. This is called as elimination method. We need not do this. See, if we find the value of y is equal to 17, right? What we can do is, we can substitute y is equal to 17 in one of these equations. Let us substitute here. 2 into x plus 3 into y is how much? 17. Minus 9 equal to 0. So this is 2x plus 51 minus 9 equal to 0. So it is 2x plus 51 minus 9, 42. Okay. So 2x, this 42 goes on the other side, becomes minus. So x will be minus 42 divided by 2, minus 21. Okay. We can do it like this also. Alright. So this is elimination method. If the coefficients are not same, we should make the coefficients same. Okay. Like this. I hope this is clear. We will use the same example. Okay. We will use the same example and learn what is substitution method now. Okay. Let us learn substitution method. See, we used elimination method and we got the value of x is equal to minus 21 and y was equal to 7. Okay. Now, if we use substitution method and solve for the values of x and y, we should get the same answer, right? We will get the same answer. Okay. Let us learn substitution method now. Okay. This will be a little confusing. Students will find it confusing, but believe me, this is one of the most easiest methods. Okay. So when two equations are given, we should consider any one equation. Either the first equation or second equation. It is up to us. Okay. So let us say we are considering the first equation. 2x plus 3y minus 9 equal to 0. We considered the first equation. Oh. Now from the first equation also, we should either find the value of x or find the value of y. Okay. We should find the value of x or y. Let us find the value of x. So this is how much now? 2x. Okay. These two terms should be sent on the other side, right? So this is minus 9 will become plus 9. This plus 3y will become minus 3y. What will be the value of x? 9 minus 3y divided by 2. This 2 goes on the other side. It will divide. Okay. I hope this is clear. What did we do? I'll repeat. See. We considered the first equation. We could have considered second equation also. We considered the first equation and from that equation also we found the value of x. We could have found the value of y also in terms of x. Okay. But we found the value of x in terms of y. Now, this value of x should be substituted in the other equation. We considered first one, right? We got the value of x. Substitute this x value in this equation. Okay. So, see, in place of x, what should we write? 9 minus 3y divided by 2. So, this is 3 multiplied by, what is x now? 9 minus 3y divided by 2 plus 4y minus 5 equal to 0. Okay. Now, it is normal simplification. How should we simplify this? 3 into 9, 27 minus 3 into 3, 9y divided by 2 plus 4y minus 5 equal to 0. Okay. Now, if we multiply all the terms by 2, see, we have 2 in the denominator, we should get rid of that 2. So, how can we do that? By multiplying all the terms by 2. So, let us multiply this by 2. I'll change the marker. Let us multiply. We are multiplying both sides by 2. If we multiply by 2 here and multiply by 2 here, this will be 2 into 5 multiplied by 2. So this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. What are we left with? 27 minus 9y plus this will be 8y minus 2 5s are 10 is equal to 0 into 2 is 0. Now you see minus 9y plus 8y is minus 1y or minus y. 27 minus 10, 17. Okay. I hope this is clear. Now, minus y will be equal to minus 17 because plus 17 goes on the other side. Y is equal to how much? It is equal to 17. Y was equal to 17 only, right? Now, whatever value of y we got, we should either substitute in the first equation or second equation, or we can substitute it here also. Okay, let us substitute it here. What was the value of x? X was 9 minus 3y. So 9 minus 3 into what is y? 17 divided by 2. So this will be 9 minus, this is 51 divided by 2. So this is minus 42 divided by 2 minus 21. So value of x is equal to how much? Minus 21. So we got the same answer. Okay. I'll repeat this procedure again, this method. In substitution method, will be given two equations, right? In any method will be given two equations. So we should either consider the first equation or second equation. Okay, we considered first equation in this, and from that also we found the value of x. And we substituted that value in the other equation. We found the value of y and then we found the value of x. This method is called as substitution method because we are substituting the value of x in the other equation. Right? Now we will learn cross multiplication method using the same example. Okay. Let us learn cross multiplication method now. Okay. Before directly jumping into this problem, I'll explain you what is cross multiplication here. Let us generalize this. a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. These two equations are given to us. Let us say these are the two linear equations in two variables given to us. And we should find the values of x and y. Okay. How should we do that? See. There are many methods of solving this cross multiplication method. I'll explain you the easiest one. What you do is, write only the coefficients a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. See a1, b1, c1 and again write a1 and b1 here. Okay, a1, b1 and here a2, b2 like this. a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2, a1, a2, b1, b2 again. Okay, alright. This is a1, right? Now, after writing the coefficient, how should we find the values of x and y? See, x divided by is equal to y divided by is equal to 1 divided by. We should write it like this. Here we should write x value divided by y divided by. Here every time we should have 1. Okay. Now, see, when we are finding the value of x, these two coefficients should be multiplied. We are finding the values of x. Multiply b1 with c2 and this one. That's why it is called as cross multiplication. What are we doing? We are cross multiplying these numbers, right? So b1 c2. So this is b1 c2, and when we are multiplying like this from bottom to up, we will write minus sign. So b2 c1. So this is b2 c1. I hope you understood this. See, when we are multiplying, when we find the value of x, when we want to find the value of x, what do? We don't take the coefficients of x now. We take the other coefficients. b1 multiplied by c2, b1 multiplied by c2, and then b2 multiplied by c1 with minus sign. When we multiply from top to bottom here like this, we write plus. If we multiply these two terms, we write minus. Okay. Now y. We should not take y now. The other ones. See, this two and this two. So we are multiplying like this. It should be plus c1 a2. We are multiplying like this. It should be minus c2 a1. Okay. Finally, this two. a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Okay. I hope this is clear. See, when we find the value of x, when we want to find the value of x, don't write the coefficients of x. Don't write the coefficients of x. This two should be multiplied, this two should be multiplied. Next, this two should be multiplied, this two. Third one, this two and this two. We'll get the values of x and y like this. Okay, let us write the coefficients now. Let us take this example. Coefficients we are writing 2, 3 minus 9 and again 2, 3 will come here. Here 3, 4 minus 5, 3, 4 will come here again. Okay, because we write a1, b1, a2, b2 one more time here, right? So it is x divided by is equal to y divided by is equal to 1 divided by. Okay. So when we want to find the values of x, this should be multiplied, right? Be careful with the signs. It is already minus, but when we multiply here, it should be plus, right? Plus. But here we have minus. So 3 into 15 minus 15. When we multiply here, it should be minus. So minus b2 c1. b2 c1. Okay. How much is this? 4 into minus 9. Okay. It will be plus, right? plus 36. Now this 2, minus 27, 5 2s are 10, it should be minus but it is already minus here, so minus of minus will become plus, it is plus 10. Finally this 2, 2 4s are 8, minus 3 3s are 9. So we will get the answer. Now x by, how much is this? This is 21 is equal to y by minus 17 is equal to 1 by minus 1. 1 by minus 1 is equal to how much? Minus 1, right? Now if you want to find the value of x, take x by 21 and minus 1. So this is x by 21 is equal to minus 1. So x will be minus 21, right? 21 goes on the other side, it will multiply. X is minus 21. If you want to find the value of y, take this 2. Y by minus 17 is equal to minus 1. This minus 17 goes on the other side, it will multiply, it will become plus 17. So minus 21 and plus 17 were the answers, right? This was the solution of these two linear equations. Okay, I hope you understood this. If you did not understand, please go back and watch this again. Okay. Now we will learn graphical method. Okay. We have a new example now. Let us learn graphical method. Okay. This method is used to find the values of x and y when two equations are given to us. We have a small graph also. Okay. Now, see here. No matter what graph it is, the procedure is same, right? We have this one, first one. We should substitute different values of x. We'll get values of y, right? Let us substitute x is equal to, let us say 2. We can substitute 0 also. We can substitute 5, 10, anything we like. Okay, we are substituting 2 here. So this will be 2 plus y minus 16 is equal to 0. This is how much? Minus 14, right? So y will be equal to 14. So what is the first solution? 2 comma 14. 2 comma 14. Okay. I will change the marker. Okay. Now let us take this equation again. X plus y minus 16 is equal to 0. Now let us substitute x is equal to, let us say 4. Okay. What will happen to this one? So this is 4 plus y minus 16 is equal to 0. 4 minus 16 is 12. So that 12 goes on the other side, becomes plus, right? So y will be equal to how much? 12. So the second equation we can take it as 4 comma 12. Okay. Now see here, linear equations in two variables graph will always be a straight line. If you draw the graph of this, it will be a straight line. If you draw the graph of this, it will be a straight line. Okay. Now to draw a straight line, we need at least 2 points. We have 2 points. You can go ahead and find one more point. Okay. So, but let us plot now 2 comma 14, 4 comma 12. So 2 comma 14. So x is here. Okay, I did not write 14, right? So 12 and this is 14. So 2 comma 14. This point is here. Okay, I hope you know how to plot these points. 2 comma 14 and 4 comma 12. So this is 4 and this is 12 here. 4 and 12. Slightly went up, right? So 4 comma 12. Okay. Now take a scale and join these 2 points and extend this. Okay, extend this. Alright. This is the equation of what? It is x plus y minus 16 is equal to 0. Okay. Let us draw the graph of this. Let us take different values of x now. Let us take x is equal to 0. If you take 0, we have x minus 2y plus 2 equal to 0. This will be 0, right? 0 minus 2y plus 2 equal to 0. So this is 0. This 2 goes on the other side, becomes minus. So y will be minus 2 divided by minus 2, it will be equal to 1. So 0 comma 1 is the first point we got, first solution we got. Okay, let us substitute x is equal to 2 in this. So we have x minus 2y plus 2 equal to 0. If we substitute x is equal to 2, so this is 2 minus 2y plus 2 equal to 0. 2 minus 2 is 4. So that 4 goes on the other side, becomes minus. So y will be equal to minus 4 divided by minus 2, it will be equal to 2. So 2 comma 2 is the second point we got. So let us plot it 0 comma 1. So x is 0, y is 1 here, this point, right? Okay. Y is 2 comma 2. So this is 2 comma 2. Okay. Now join these 2 points, extend this. 1 second. It will be like this, right? Extend this. See here, I'll tell you one thing. I'm drawing the graph on the board, so obviously my graph will not be accurate. But if you draw this on your graph sheet, you will get the accurate answer. You will get the correct answer, right? Now, what is the solution of this two? See, what do we mean by solution? See, this equation, how many points will lie on this equation? How many points will lie on this equation? Infinite points will lie on this equation, right? Infinite points will lie on this straight line. So all those infinite points are solutions of this first equation. Similarly, what is the equation here? X minus 2y plus 2 equal to 0. On this line also we will have infinite points lying, right? So all those points will be the solutions of this second equation. But we need a solution which satisfies both the lines, both the equations. That means we need a point which lies on both the graphs or both the straight lines. Which point? This point. Point of intersection of these two lines is our solution, because this point will lie on this line also, this point will lie on the first line also. What is that point? See, what is that? X is equal to 10. See, where is it touching? X is equal to 10, right? And what is the value of y? It is equal to 6. Y is equal to 6. Is it not touching like this? Yes, x is equal to 10 and y is equal to 6. So 10 comma 6 is our solution. Okay, I hope you understood this. How should we verify whether it is correct or not? Just substitute it here. X is how much? 10. See, this is 10 plus y is 6 minus 16. So 16 minus 16, we got 0. This is correct, right? So this is how much now? 10. X is 10 minus 2 into 6 plus 2. So 10 minus 12. 10 minus 12 plus 2. Again it will give us 0. Okay. So yes, this answer is correct. 10 comma 6. So this is how we should draw. This is how we should solve graphically. Linear equations in two variables graphically. Okay. Now, the next concept which we are learning is very, very important. Do you think every time we'll be having intersecting lines like this? And these lines are called as intersecting lines. Okay? No. Sometimes we will have two equations, two straight lines like this, parallel, and sometimes one line will lie on the other line. Okay? So we will learn about this. Okay, x plus y is equal to 9, 2x plus y is equal to 8. Okay, now we learn how to draw the graph of these two linear equations, right? So please pause the video and draw the graph. Alright, I'll solve it for you now. I hope you have paused the video and solved. Now x plus y is equal to 9. So let us take x is equal to some 2. If you take x is equal to 2, what will be the value of y? You see, 2 plus y is equal to 9. Y will be, 2 goes on the other side, becomes minus, right? So 9 minus 2, it will be equal to 7. So 2 comma 7 is the first solution. Okay, let us take x is equal to, let us take some 5. So we'll have 5 plus y is equal to 9. Y will be 9 minus 5, it will be equal to 4. 5 comma 4. So let us plot these 2 points. 2 comma 7. 2, okay, 7 I did not draw, right? 6 and this is 7. So 2 comma 7 will be here. Alright? And 5 comma 4. So 5 comma 4 is here. Okay? This marker, okay. Extend this line. This is the first equation, graph of the first equation. Let us find the solutions for this. Let us say x is equal to 0. So this is 2 into 0 plus 2 into y is equal to 8. Right? So this will become 0. So what will be y? 8 by 2, it will be equal to 4. So 0 comma 4 is the first solution. Let us take x is equal to 2 now. So this is 2 into 2 plus 2 into y is equal to 8. So 2 2's is 4. So that 4 goes on the other side, becomes minus. So 4. So 2y is equal to 4. So this will be 4 by 2, it will be equal to 2. So y is equal to how much? It is equal to 2. So 2 comma 2 is the second solution. So 0 comma 4 is here and 2 comma 2. So 2 comma 2 is here. Okay. If you join this and extend, you see these two lines are parallel to each other, right? They will not intersect each other. Parallel lines don't intersect each other. In the previous case, what did we learn? The point where the two lines are intersecting, that will be the solution, right? But these two lines are not intersecting at all, which means these two lines will have no solutions or no solution at all, right? See, when two lines are intersecting each other, the point where the two lines are intersecting will be the solution. This will be the solution. But here these two lines are not intersecting at all. So these two lines will not have any solution. Okay. These lines are called as parallel lines. Okay. Now we'll do one example in which we'll take coincident lines. Okay. We have these two equations, 2x plus y is equal to 4, 4x plus 2y is equal to 8. Okay. Now, see here, let us take, let x is equal to 0. I will change the marker. Let x is equal to 0. So if you substitute 0 here, this is 2 into 0 plus y is equal to 4, right? So y will be equal to how much? It will be equal to 4 because 2 into 0 is 0, right? So what do we have now? 0 comma 4 is the first solution. And let us take x is equal to 2. So this is 2 into 2 plus y is equal to 4. So 2 2 is 4. So this 4 goes on the other side. 4 minus 4, it is equal to 0. So 2 comma 0 is the second solution, right? Let us draw the graph. So this is 0, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 5 and so on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. This is y-axis and this is our x-axis, right? Okay, 0 comma 4. So this is 0 comma 4. This point is 0 comma 4. 2 comma 0. So this is 2 comma 0. So join these two points and extend this straight line like this, right? Okay. Now, what should we do now? See, let us take x is equal to 1 now. Let us take x is equal to 1 in the second equation. So this will be 4 into 1 plus 2 into y is equal to 8. So 4 1's is 4. So 2y will be 8 minus 4. It will be equal to 4. So y will be equal to 4 divided by 2. It is equal to 2. So 1 comma 2. This is 1 comma 2. First point, right? Okay. What about the second point? Shall we take y is equal to 2 now? Yes, we can take y values also, right? So we have 4x plus 2y is equal to 8. Let us take y is equal to 2. So this is 2. We took y is equal to 2. So this is 8. So 4x plus 2 2's are 4. So it is 4x is equal to 8 minus 4. It is equal to 4. So what is the value of x? 4 by 4. It is equal to 1. So 1 comma 2. Not 2 comma 1. First x value should come. So 1 comma 2. Okay, sorry. We got 1 comma 2. We already took 1 comma 2 here, right? I am extremely sorry. We got that 1 comma 2 here, right? So let us take some y is equal to or x is equal to let us take 0. Let us take x is equal to 0. It is 4 into 0 plus 2y is equal to 8. So this is 0. Y will be equal to 4. So we have 0 comma 4. Okay. So 1 comma 2 is here. Okay, 0 comma 4 is here again. So if you join these 2 points again and extend, you will have the same straight line, right? Isn't it? So we say that these two straight lines are coincident lines. These two straight lines are coincident lines. In fact, these two lines are same lines. Okay. See, if you divide both sides by 2, divide by 2 it will become 2x, divide by 2 it will become y, divide by 2 it will become 4. Okay. So these two straight lines are in fact one line. Is it clear? I hope you understood this. Graph is little wavered here. It should be like this, right? Okay. I hope you understood these three concepts: intersecting lines, parallel lines and coincident lines. Now see, these two lines are touching where? In infinite points, right? So the point where the two lines are touching each other, that will be the solution. Now here these two lines are touching infinitely, right? So how many solutions will these two equations have? They will have infinite solutions. Okay. When the lines are intersecting, you will have one solution. When the lines are parallel, we will have no solution. And when the lines are coincident, lying on one line is lying on the other line, we will have infinite solutions. Okay. We'll have infinite solutions. Alright. We'll learn the conditions for this three. Okay. When we draw two straight lines, three cases are possible, right? What is the first case? First case is like this. The lines will be intersecting lines, right? The lines are intersecting lines. And how many solutions? One solution. Okay. Alright. Now, the second case. The lines will be parallel lines like this. Okay. Parallel lines. How many solutions? No solutions, or no solution, because these two lines will not intersect each other, right? Okay. What about the third case? Case 3. Two lines will be coincident lines, right? Coincident lines. One line will lie on the other line. So how many solutions will be there? Infinite solutions will be there. Okay. So these are the three cases. Apart from these three, we will not have the fourth case. Okay. We'll have only these three solutions. Let us take examples of this. See, if you draw the graph of, let us say, x plus y is equal to 9 and 2x plus 3y is equal to, let us say, 12. These two lines will be intersecting lines. Okay. Now, wait, this marker is leaking. I'll change the marker. Okay. Now, see this one. Intersecting lines. Parallel lines. Let us write the examples of parallel lines. Let us say we have x plus y is equal to 9 and 2x plus 2y is equal to, let us take 8. So these two lines will be parallel. Okay. I'll explain you how I am writing this. Now the coincident ones. So let us take, we have 2x plus y is equal to 4 and 4x plus 2y is equal to 8. Okay. These two lines will be coincident lines. Now, see, if you take, this is case 2, if you consider two equations, a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So, see, these are the general forms of the equation, right? Now, we should divide the coefficients of x and coefficients of y and the constant numbers here. So, a1 by a2. So, see here, if a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, see, we should take the coefficients and then divide it. a1 by a2, b1 by b2, c1 by c2. So a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2, the lines will be intersecting lines. See here, what is a1? It is 1, right? What is a2? It is 2. So a1 by a2 will be equal to how much? It is equal to 1 by 2. Right? So this is equal to 1 by 2. This one, b1 by b2, it is equal to 1 by 3. See, this is b1, this is b2. So 1 by 3. So 1 by 2 is not equal to 1 by 3. Hence these two lines will be intersecting lines. Okay. For parallel lines, a1 by a2 will be equal to b1 by b2. It will not be equal to c1 by c2. Okay. So see here, a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2. You don't check for c1 by c2. It can be equal, it cannot be equal. But still it will be intersecting lines if these two are not equal. Now a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 not equal to c1 by c2. Take this example, 1 by 2. Okay. Is equal to, this is also 1 by 2. See here, we should write this as equal to 0 and equal to 0. So this is minus 9 by minus 8. So minus minus will get cancelled. It will be 9 by 8. This is not equal. Two ratios are equal. Third one is not equal. Okay. Hence, we have parallel lines. These two equations will give parallel lines. Okay. What is the condition? a1 by a2 should be equal to b1 by b2. It should not be equal to c1 by c2. Two ratios should be equal. What will happen if all the ratios are equal? See, let us write this as minus 4 equal to 0 and minus 8 equal to 0. Here you see, a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 will be equal to c1 by c2. If all three ratios are equal, the two lines will be coincident lines. See, 2 by 4, it is equal to 1 by 2, right? Here it is all 1 by 2, and here minus 4 by minus 8, that is also 1 by 2. So this is 1 by 2, 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. So all ratios are equal. Hence these two lines are coincident lines. Okay. I hope this is clear. Very easy concept. Don't get confused. When we have two equations, okay, divide the coefficients of x, coefficients of y and constant numbers. And if a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, we'll get intersecting lines, one solution. If a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 and it is not equal to c1 by c2, we will get parallel lines. And if all three ratios are equal, we will have coincident lines. Okay. So only these three cases are possible. Now you must have heard something like consistent and inconsistent, right? Consistent lines, inconsistent lines. What do we mean by consistent? Consistent means lines should have at least one solution. Okay. At least one solution. They can have many solutions also. See, are these two lines are having one solution? Yes. So can we say these two lines are consistent? Yes. So these lines or intersecting lines are also called as consistent, right? Consistent. We'll have one solution. We need at least one solution. Are these lines, coincident lines, consistent? Yes. We need at least one solution. These lines are having infinite solutions. Yes. So these are also consistent. Okay. What about this one? No solutions at all. We need at least one to be consistent, right? So these are having no solutions. So hence this is inconsistent. Okay. So first and last one are consistent lines and the second one is inconsistent. Inconsistent means what? We cannot find the solutions of this. Okay, we can find the solutions here. One solution, we can find infinite solutions here. Okay, I hope you all understood this concept. Intersecting lines, parallel lines, coincident lines, a1 by a2, b1 by b2, c1 by c2 concept. Okay. Okay, let us solve this problem. For the value of k, find the value of k for which the pair of equations 2x minus ky plus 3 equal to 0, 4x plus 6y minus y equal to 0 represent parallel lines. So these two lines are parallel given. So see, we have 2x minus ky plus 3 equal to 0 and 4x plus 6y minus 5 equal to 0. Okay, these two lines are parallel. What did we learn for parallel lines? A1 by A2 should be equal to B1 by B2, not equal to C1 by C2. So A1 here is 2, A2 here is 4. So this 2 by 4 should be equal to B1 is minus k divided by B2 is 6. It should not be equal to this 3 by minus 5, right? So let us not worry about this. We need to find the value of k. So using this, we can find the value of k. So 2 by 4 is how much? It is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 minus k by 6. So 6 goes on the other side. 6 by 2 equal to minus k. Minus k is equal to 3, or k is equal to minus 3. Okay. So if k value is minus 3, these two lines will be parallel lines. Okay. Very important concept. We'll do one more problem based on this. Okay. We have two equations, and it is given that these two equations will have infinite solutions. That means these two equations are coincident. Okay. Now for coincident, we have studied that A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2, right? And the question was, find the positive value of P. Find the positive value of P for which these two equations will have infinite solutions. Okay. So if you compare this with A1x plus B1y plus C1 equal to 0, and if you compare this with A2x plus B2y plus C2 equal to 0, what is the value of A1? It is P, B1 is 3, C1 is P minus 3 minus C minus of P minus 3. What is A2? 12. What is B2? It is P, C2 is minus P. So this should be the condition, right? A1 by A2. So A1 by A2. So that is P by 12 should be equal to B1 by B2. 3 by P should be equal to minus of P minus 3 divided by minus P. We can use this to and find the value of P, or we can use this to find the value of P, or we can use this and find the value of P also. It is up to us. Okay. See, we can use this to also. Let us use it. P by 12 equal to 3 by P. If you cross multiply, P into P will become P square. 3 into 12, 36, right? So P square will be 36. P will be equal to root of 36, but it will be plus minus. So plus minus 6. But we need to find only the positive value, right? So what is the value of P now? It is equal to 6. Okay. I hope this is clear. We could have used these two terms also and found the value of P, or first or last term find the value of P. Okay. We'll do few word problems now. Okay. Let us solve this word problem. A fraction becomes 4 by 5 if 1 is added to both numerator and denominator. Okay. And if 5 is subtracted from both numerator and denominator, the fraction becomes 1 by 2. Find the fraction. Alright. So we don't know what is the numerator and what is the denominator, right? So let numerator be x, let denominator be y. So the fraction will be x by y, isn't it? Numerator and denominator. If, see, 1 is added to both numerator and denominator. So if we add 1 to numerator and 1 to denominator, this becomes what? 4 by 5. So from here we'll have one equation, right? So if 1 is added to both numerator and denominator, the fraction will become 4 by 5. However, if 5 is subtracted, see, we have a fraction. If 5 is subtracted from both numerator and denominator, it will become 1 by 2. So we'll have second equation from here. We can use any method we like and find the values of x and y. Okay, let us find out. Cross multiply, it will become 5x plus 5 is equal to 4y plus 4. So this is 5x minus 4y plus 4 minus 4. 5x minus 4y plus 1 equal to 0. This is the first equation, right? 5 minus 4, yes, everything is correct. Alright, here 2x minus 10, y minus 5. So this is 2x minus y minus 10 plus 5 equal to 0. So 2x minus y minus 5 is equal to 0. So we have two equations now. Okay, we can use either substitution method or elimination method, any method we like, right? So let us use elimination method. I'll solve it here. 5x minus 4y plus 1, and this is 2x minus y minus 5 equal to 0. Okay, so let us multiply this with 2 and this with 5. We could have multiplied this second equation with 4 only. 4 and 4 will get cancelled, right? Anyways, now, so this is 10x minus 8y plus 2 equal to 0. 5 into 2 is 10, so this is 10x minus 5y minus 25 equal to 0. Okay, now minus plus plus. Signs will change, right, when we subtract. So this is minus 3y plus 27 equal to 0. Minus 3y is minus 27. Y is minus 27 by minus 3. It is equal to 9. Y is equal to 9. So if you substitute y is equal to 9 here, so this is 2x minus 9 minus 5. So 2x minus 14 equal to 0. So 2x will be equal to 14. X will be equal to 14 by 2. It will be equal to 7. So what is the solution now? 7 and 9. Okay. So we needed to find the fraction, right? So what was the fraction? X by y, which means it is 7 by 9. 7 by 9 is the answer. Okay. Now we will learn reducible equations. Okay. See, these are reducible equations. We can reduce this into linear equations in two variables. Okay. Alright, how should we do that? See, we can write this as 5 into 1 by x minus 1 plus 1 into 1 by y minus 2 is equal to 2. 5 into 1 will be 5 only, right? So this will be 5 by x minus 1 anyway. And this will be 1 into 1 by y minus 2. 1 by y minus 2 will only come. Okay. What about this one? We can write this as 6 multiplied by 1 by x minus 1. 6 ones will give us 6 only here, right? Minus 3. And this is 1 by y minus 2 is equal to 1. Okay. See, every time whatever is there inside the brackets, those terms will be equal. 1 by x minus 1 here, 1 by x minus 1, 1 by y minus 2, 1 by y minus 2. Okay. Why are we using this method? See, if you simplify this, okay, this will not be a linear equation. If you cross multiply, see, it will be 5 if you simplify this. This is x minus 1 and here denominator should be multiplied. X minus 1, y minus 2 equal to 2. So x into y, xy term will be there, right? So xy term will be there. Here you will have y term, here you will have x term, but here you will have xy term. So when you have something like this, see, 2 is there, xy. So 2xy term will be there. Do you think the degree is 1 now? See, if you add the degrees here, so the degree will be 2. It is not a linear equation, right? So what do? We make this as a linear equation. Okay, let us see how. So this is the first step. Now whatever we have inside the brackets will always be same. So in place of this 1 by x minus 1, 1 by y minus 2, 1 by x minus 1, 1 by y minus 2, we introduce new variables. We will introduce new variables. What do? We introduce new variables. Let us take a and b. Let a is equal to 1 by x minus 1 and b is equal to 1 by y minus 2. Okay. We can take anything. We can take p, q also. Okay. So this will become what now? 5a, because 1 by x minus a is a. X minus 1 we took it as a, right? Plus 1 into this one is how much? B is equal to 2. Or we can write it as 5a plus b is equal to 2. This is the first one. Now this one, it will be 6a minus 3b is equal to 1. This is a, this is b. So this is the second equation. Now we have linear equations in two variables, right? A, b are the variables now. We can use any method we like and find the values of a and b. Let us use elimination method. So 5a plus b is equal to 2 and 6a minus 3b is equal to 1. What I'll do is, I'll just multiply this first term with 3 so that it becomes 3b. 3b minus 3b will become 0, right? So this is how much now? 15a. 3 into 5, 15 plus 3 into b, 3b is equal to 3 to the 6. This is 6a minus 3b is equal to 1. Okay. Now 3b minus 3b is 0. This is how much? 21a is equal to 7. So a will be 7 by 21. It is 1 by 3. So we got the value of a as 1 by 3. Okay. Okay. So where should I solve this now? Let us solve here. A is 1 by 3. Let us substitute 1 by 3 here. So this is 6a minus 3b is equal to 1. So 6a is how much? 1 by 3 minus 3b is equal to 1. Okay. So if you cancel this, it will be 2. Right? 2 goes on the other side. It is 1. Right? Minus 2 minus 1. B will be 1 by 3. Minus 1 by minus 3. 1 by 3. So both A and B are 1 by 3 and 1 by 3. Our solution, our problem did not end here. We should find the values of x and y. We found only A and B. Okay. A is 1 by 3, B is 1 by 3. I'll rub this part. A is 1 by 3 and B is also 1 by 3. Okay. So A is 1 by 3 and B is 1 by 3. Our aim is not to find A and B. Our aim is to find x and y values, right? But what was A? We took A as 1 by x minus 1. So this is like this, right? A is 1 by x minus 1. But in place of A, what should we write now? 1 by 3. So if you cross multiply, x minus 1 will be equal to how much? It will be equal to 3. X will be 3 plus 4. 3 plus 1, it will be equal to 4. Similarly here, what was B? 1 by y minus 2. But B is how much? 1 by 3. If you cross multiply, y minus 2 will be equal to 3. This 2 goes on the other side. 3 plus 2, it will be equal to 5. So x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 5 is the solution of this two equations. Okay. So we reduce this into linear equation by introducing new variables a and b. We found a and b and then we found the value of x and y. Okay. So this is the end of this chapter. Now, if you want to watch all the problems of linear equations in two variables chapter, there is one more playlist in my YouTube channel. Okay, you can click that. You can watch each and every solution. Okay, all the word problems are explained very clearly there. So I highly recommend you please go watch that also. Okay. Thank you so much for watching the video.